Good morning. This meeting of the Blair County Board of Commissioners will come to order. We're going to begin with a moment of silent reflection, after which we'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Nicole, do we have anyone joining us today remotely?
We do. I believe that is Helen Schmidt. If she could star 6 to unmute. Oh, you know what? Wait. Star 6 to unmute.
You are unmuted.
For roll call, anyone joining us remotely, if they could state their name, please.
Helen Schmidt.
Thank you. Not hearing anyone else there, that is roll.
Okay, thank you very much. Under item 5 in your agenda, you'll see the schedule of upcoming meetings. We had announced on Friday that the public budget meeting originally scheduled for 1 o'clock this afternoon was canceled. We also would point out to you that next Tuesday, November 7th, on Election Day, there will not be a Board of Commissioners meeting. Right. We'll open the meeting at this time to any public comment. Good morning, Controller.
Good morning, Commissioners. I just wanted to recognize Marie Wentz in my office has been with us for about 5 years. She started in October of 2018 when Munis was fairly new. She started kind of as a clerk and rose up and took on a lot of things. She's been the one that you may love or hate based on whether or not she's been able to process and or pay your invoices and so on. She's protected us many times when she's fought with people like Xerox and Windstream and a bunch of other people that billed us for things that they shouldn't have billed us for. And she's fought to protect us. So she's been a great asset to our office. And Friday will be her last day. She doesn't want anything fancy. She probably wouldn't like the fact that I was even here today. But I just wanted to recognize her years of service and appreciate what she's done for us. Feel free to maybe send her an email, or she's probably going to be too busy cleaning up things for phone calls, but just let her know how much you appreciate what she's done, and we certainly are grateful for her time with us. We think we have a decent replacement for her, but there will be a learning curve for a while. But after 5 years, Marie's just been a great asset to my office, and we appreciate her service to the county.
Thank you, Controller Stickland. Marie's been a great asset to the county, and we certainly appreciate her service. And she will be greatly missed, but we wish her all the best in her retirement. Is there any other public comment? Okay, Commissioner comments. Commissioner Webster.
Thank you. I'm happy to report that yesterday we had 4 ribbon cuttings for to open bridges along County Road 101. This has been a project that started out back in 2019 with the prior Board of Commissioners, and we were able to put together good funding to cover the cost of this. We didn't take it from general funds. It was from the $5 registration fee. The total cost of the project was over $2 million, but we now have those 4 bridges that were structurally in peril taken care of, and that's a good thing for the entire community. So we're happy about that, and I hope that as you're traveling on County Road 101, you notice the new pavement and enjoy it. Thank you.
Thank you, and that's a big thanks. I would agree with Commissioner Webster, particularly thanks to Commissioner Beam, Commissioner Tomasetti, and Chief Clerk Helen Schmidt, and for all the work that they did to put this together in the beginning, far before 2019. So I'll just remind everybody that today at 5 o'clock is the last time to apply for a mail-in or absentee ballot. As of yesterday, we had received 7,274 applications and 4,574 voted ballots have been received back. Also, as Election Day operations, as Election Day heads forward and operations are planned, I think we're very well set. Again, there will be round-the-clock voting counts with counting teams of county employees, as well as at least one member of the Board of Elections present at all time. So you can't go to sleep in the middle of the night, Tuesday into Wednesday. You can come down and visit us at the Highway Garage counting. Yes, it'll be, Nicole and I will be there and wide awake and full of business.
We'll welcome you with chocolate and caffeine.
There you go.
That's how we get through the night.
Yeah. So, okay. Nicole, before we go to consent agenda, we do have a proclamation, and we've asked Commissioner Burke if she would be so kind as to present that this morning.
Thank you. Good morning. This proclamation is in recognition of 2023 World Kindness Day. Whereas bullying and harassment can happen to children and adults alike, whether it's at school, work, online, or in the community. And whereas kindness, the quality of being friendly, considerate, and generous, can go a long way to making our schools, neighborhoods, communities, and our world healthier. And whereas the Healthy Blair County Coalition and our community partners have come together to promote kindness among our children, youth, and adults. And whereas by encouraging and recognizing the profound impact of acts of kindness, all members of our community will be made aware of the importance of being kind to others. And whereas World Kindness Day is an international holiday that was formed in 1998 to promote kindness throughout the world and is observed annually on November 13th. Now, therefore, we, the Blair County Board of Commissioners, hereby proclaim November 13th, 2023, Blair County Kindness Day and encourage all citizens to participate in spreading kindness and practice respect, compassion, and consideration for all others at all times. And I put that in the form of a motion.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Commissioner Webster, second.
Those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. We are pleased to be joined this morning by the Director of the Healthy Blair County Coalition, Colleen Hahn, as well as an array of her compatriots. And would you like to make any remarks, Colleen? Please feel free to come.
So as you know, we do the community health needs assessment on behalf of our local hospitals and all of our community partners. And one of the things that we observed in the last needs assessment was bullying and cyberbullying really rose to the top more than it had been in the past. So our Youth Connection Task Force and our members here today conducted some focus groups with youth, and the youth were very bright in saying that everybody just needs to be kinder. So we followed some models of other communities, and we are promoting an entire kindness campaign for Blair County. We launched it in June, and but one of the things I also want to say is that even though our Youth Connection Task Force members are spearheading it, it's not really about youth. It's about all of us at all ages. So really appreciate the proclamation, and hopefully you can join us in terms of some of the activities that we're going to be doing moving forward. Thank you so much.
Would you like to show with the board presenting any
Yes.
folks who would
Yes.
get everybody up and
Yes,
present
please.
the proclamation to you?
Good morning. How are you? Good. Nice to see you. Nate, I just moved your podium.
Nicole, could you take us through the consent agenda, please?
Yes, I can. Today's consent agenda is resolution number 507. This is the payment of 4 warrant lists as outlined in item A, the ratification of 2 warrant lists as outlined in item B. It's a approval of an ECMS submission number 7 in the total amount of $18,851.13 and estimate 8 in the total amount of $219,202.33. That's payable to Francis J. Palo. That is on the Bridge 70, County Road 101 over South Poplar Run Road replacement project. Those expenses are partially reimbursed through the roadmap funding. It's budget transfers in items D, E, F, and G. It's a road closure for County Road 101 request to approve the Claysburg Past Christmas Parade on Saturday, November 18th. From 2:30 to 3:30, the parade will begin at McCabe Trucking and run to the Claysburg Little League Field. Its terminations, retirements, employment status changes, and end of employment for the season changes in I, J, K, L, and M respectively.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Commissioner Webster, I'll make the motion.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Consent agenda is approved. And move on to item 10, staff reports of special business, and begin with Department of Emergency Services and our Public Safety Director, Mark Taylor. Good morning, Mark.
I have 3 items to bring before you this morning. The first one is requesting approval of the electronic submission of the calendar year 2024 mosquito-borne disease control grant application to the Pennsylvania Department of Protection in the total amount of $59,490 for the period of January 1, 2024 through December 31, 2024.
Any questions for Mark? Didn't seem quite as active of a year this year, which
Only
is a
2.
wonderful thing.
Only
and
2, that was a good thing, so we were very
truly
pleased.
So.
Bringing Megan on, she did a wonderful job, so
She did her reports very.
yep, good to get that back on track.
Thank you. We'll let you then move that to Thursday's business agenda and let you move on to your second item, Mark.
Yes. Requesting approval of 2024 Hazard Material Response Fund, that's our HMRF monies. The grant between the County of Blair and Pennsylvania Emergency Management Agency in the total of $14,760 to support the normal operating activities of the Local Emergency Planning Committee, known to us by LAPC, and the County Hazard Material Response Fund for the period of July 1st, 2023 through September 20, 2024, and for the officers of the County of Blair to electronically sign the said agreement.
Again, any questions for Mark for discussion? Go ahead and move that forward and ask you to go to your third item, Mark.
Final item is requesting approval of the acceptance of the 2023 State Homeland Security Grant Agreement by and between the Southern Central Mountains Regional Counterterrorism Task Force and the Pennsylvania Emergency Management Agency in the total of $454,265 intended for the purposes of supporting the identified planning, organization, equipment, maintenance, training, and exercises needed for the acts of terrorism and other catastrophic events for the period of September 1, 2023 through October 31st, 2026.
Do you have anything else you'd like to remark or say about that, Mark?
That's the 8 counties working together, help doing prevention activities, a lot of training and exercises, some equipment. The move this year to we've kind of completed our water rescue initiative. Now we're moving on to technical rescue initiatives. Still a lot going on with active shooter information sharing. A lot of those things are what the task force is up to.
And that's great. And of course, the Commonwealth is more and more encouraging and incenting regionalization, so we appreciate the work that's done. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mark. Item B for adult parole and probation.
No, we don't. This is their annual request for their supervision fund agreement between the County of Blair and adult parole and probation. This is an estimated amount of $168,888.68. I do know that that's an estimated amount, will not exceed that, but that is what we were able to substantiate. Let me think if there's anything else that I know about this grant agreement that would help.
Chief Moore had you covered what she said.
That's about all she gave us in her cover sheet. So if there are any questions, you'll have to reach out to Chief Moore before Thursday's approval.
Okay, thank you, Nicole.
Mm-hmm.
Item C from the Sheriff's Office, and we have Chief Deputy Chris Tatter with us this morning. Good morning, Chief.
We are requesting approval for a service contract with Rapiscan for security screening equipment, the amount of $4,989.60 for the period of September 1, 23 through August 31 of 2024.
Any questions for the Chief or any discussion?
It's everybody's favorite machine up front.
It's probably one of the most used machines in the courthouse.
Yeah, really.
So, thank you. We'll move that on then to Thursday's business agenda.
Thank you much.
Thank you. Item D is from the Treasurer's Office.
I'll be happy to take this one.
We'll be happy to have you take this one.
This is requesting approval to establish a new interest-bearing checking account at First National Bank. This is for funds that are deposited by the children, youth, and families. This is a new initiative through the Finance Committee. We are moving out of the general fund the transactions that children and youth has on a daily basis. We're moving them to their own separate fund. It achieves a few things for us, but mostly it achieves a way for them to be able to balance their own checkbook against their own accounting records, which they still use a QuickBooks method because that's how they take Munis records and convert them into QuickBooks records because the QuickBooks closely matches their reporting back to the state. So it would allow them to go ahead and make sure that their QuickBooks balances against a checking account, which is very hard to do when you have all the multiple transactions that happen in a general fund. It'll also allow us to show in the general fund a corresponding allocation or match, or however you want to call it, their appropriation that would get us from the 80% that is typically the average of the reimbursed state funding to what would be fully funding children and youth. So we'll provide them with an allocation instead of having all of their expenses and their revenue run through the general fund. So you're going to see a change on both. We'll have a new bank account. They'll be able to operate a little bit more independently from what's going on right now. And also you're going to see that the expenditures and revenue are going to drop for the general fund for this year for the budget from 2024. I think you've already seen that a little bit. We haven't quite gotten that far into the budget season for Lindsay to be able to bring this up in a budget meeting, but it will be coming. That you'll see that differentiation from a 2023 budget to a 2024 budget. It's not that we're expecting less revenue or that we're expending less. It's that we're moving children and youth to their own fund, which is a substantial amount of money.
It is the largest single departmental line item for the county, so that's good. Thank you for that explanation. Are there any questions for Nicole?
I would think it would be helpful in auditing too, to have a separate account.
They do undergo a single audit most years, and they do. You're correct. I would think we'll hope that that's a
Certainly won't be hard.
right,
Right.
welcome outcome as well.
All right. Thursday's business agenda and go to item E for human resources. And Human Resources Manager Melina Kegler is with us this morning. Good morning, Melina.
Good morning. Okay, I'm here. Good morning, everyone. I'm requesting approval of a quote received from Workable Incorporated for applicant management services and the total amount of $18,308 as listed below. And authorization for Catherine Swigert to sign and quote electronically. The term of October 25th, 2023 through October 25th, 2024 in the amount of $7,308. And also the term of October 25th, 2024 through October 25th, 2025 in the amount of $11,000.
And as I think we are all aware, and certainly more so than you folks in Human Resources, Workable has been a wonderful software tool for the county, and we've expanded the use of it. We also are still receiving a deeply discounted fee from
Yes.
Workable, but it has been extremely effective, and really the timeliness of that, just as the labor shortage really increases when we, the county made the decision to participate and purchase the Workable services. So personally, I think it's a bargain.
It is actually very much so, comparably to everything else that's out there.
Questions for Melina?
Why is it seems like the jump from this year to next year is high.
It is. It's because that in the past we were billed incorrectly. It went from being billed by users, and we were previously billed by employer. Now we were being billed by users.
And our standard annual charge would be, without the discounting, would be $15,000. So
Correct. So that they're actually
say,
giving us a discount.
okay, we'll move that to Thursday's agenda then. Thank you, Melina.
Thank you very much.
And item F from the Commissioner's office.
I'll take that one.
Oh, you want to do that one?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll let-
Nicole.
Give Allison a little break here today. We did bid on, let me get the dates for you, the 13th and the 17th. The ads ran in the Mirror for the municipal solid waste and recyclable material removal for county-owned buildings. So our trash and hauling pickups, dumpster removals. That was bid yesterday, or the opening was yesterday at 1 p.m. We did have a member of the Bergmeyer Company join us for that bid opening, as well as Allison and myself were present, as well as Becky Robinson. Thank you for coming, who is the point person for this bid opening. We did receive one bid back. Everything seemed to be in compliance. It did go to Nathan for legal review, and he can speak to that if he does have any comments on the item. You were emailed unfortunately, the agenda had already been posted on the website, so we couldn't make any major changes to it, substantial changes to it. There is a very large grid that depicts every building and what we would be charged in 23 and then 24 and then 25. I did not compare this yet, being 1 o'clock yesterday, and we left for the ribbon cutting at 1:30. I didn't get to compare it to our current contract, but can do that if you'd like me to for Thursday's agenda. Did you get a chance to look at it? Complete. Okay, so as far as legal review, you're satisfied. We always wait till after the signed contract to work through things like their insurance requirements and stuff, because they have to have a signed contract before they can get some of those insurance requirements. So we do work through that after there is a signed contract. This contract for our current does end on the 31st. That's today. And I can also attempt to give you some of that information for comparison if you'd like. Let me see if I do.
it appears that the subsequent years of the, from the proposal from Bergmeyer, it's a 5% increase in each of the two successive years after the initial 23-24 contract.
Are faster at math than me. I did pull up the 2020. I can only get my hands on the 17 one right now, so there would have been one in 21 that started.
Well,
So
you know, if you can, and we can share that later, that,
Mhm.
you know, whenever you have time. I think though today we do need to accept those.
you definitely want to accept them. You're certainly welcome to approve. If you'd like to wait till Thursday, we can get them the signed contract on Thursday with no interruption of our trash service.
Let's just do it that way. Is there a motion to accept the bids?
Commissioner Webster, I'll make a motion to accept the bids that were received.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any discussion?
I have a question. And this is, we're probably past the point of this mattering for this particular bid, but for Fort Roberdeau, it's per pickup. Does that include recycling? Well, and I guess to be on your comment, does it matter because they're taking it to somewhere in Altoona? So couldn't they pick up recycling and take it to Altoona, even though they're located in Tyrone Township?
Potentially, yes.
Any other discussion? Those in favor of the motion, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The motion is approved. Thank you, Nicole. We have no old business, and therefore we've reached the end of our agenda. We're adjourned at this time, and thank everybody for their participation in today's meeting.